Chuck Cannon, and welcome to Getting Out of Debt. I designed 5 steps that helped me to get out of debt a while back. I was over 100,000 something dollars in debt, and I used these 5 steps to get me out. It took me about 18 to 24 months. So here are the 5 steps. I'll just go through them real quick. One is make a list of. Number two is create a plan. Number three is change your habit. Number four is find some more income. And number five is set a date, a goal of when you want to get out of debt. So let's start off with the first one is make a list. Basically, gather all your bills and all the that you want to get out of debt with. Um, write on a piece of paper. Just write down the monthly payment, the interest, and the due date. After you get that done, you then we can move on to step two. Basically, it's create a plan. Basically, creating a plan is which one are you going to start off to, you know, get rid of first. So the first thing you want to do is basically we can do what they call the financial people usually call it the snowball effect, and I like this one because it actually you see the results a little quicker and it keeps you a little more motivated as you're going through. And basically, what it is you look through your start off with the smallest amount first. So if your smallest amount might be a $500 credit card or $1,000 or whatever it might be for you, is just start off with that one and then get that one paid off. So let's say you're making a $50 payment on that one. The good thing is once that one's done, then you add that $50 to the next one. Let's say you're making $50 on the second one, a minimum payment. Now all of a sudden you're making $100 and you pay that one off, and then you jump to the third one. You take the $100 that you just paid off with the second one, and you move it to the third one. Let's say you were paying $50 on that one. Now you got $150 you're paying, and you just so on and so on and so on, and that's what they call a snowball effect. And then eventually you'll get to the point where you got the last one, and you're putting a lot of money to it, and it pays it off pretty quick. So once you start doing that, then the third thing that helped me was I changed some of my habits. So basically, what I did was I changed some of my spending habits. I basically asked myself 2 questions when I was buying things: and do I need it or do I want it? And is this taking me closer to my goal or taking me farther away? So by asking you them questions, it kind of keeps you balanced and real, to be honest with you. But everybody can find some things. I mean, we buy coffee every day, we buy sodas every day, we go out for lunch, maybe go out for dinner. Basically, just cut back on some of them things and take that money and put it towards your bills. So, an example is, let's say you were buying a soda a day. Now, a soda a day probably is somewhere a 20-ounce soda or something like that. It's probably around a buck 50. Let's just say it's $1. Make it simple. If you was to buy a soda a day every day for a month, that's almost $30 a month. If it's $2, that's $60 a month. You don't have to cut them completely out. Just maybe only buy half every other day or something like that. Just cut a few of them out, and you'll have an extra $30, $40 to put towards that bill. And that's just one example. You can maybe it's lunch. Lunch nowadays with the inflation and everything costs a lot more. You don't have $5 lunches anymore. It's 10, 15, or $20 lunches to go out. And if you're doing that 5 days a week, let's say it's $10, that's $50, that's $200 a month right there. If you was just to cut back every other day and take your lunch or eat at home or whatever you can do, it might be an extra $100 putting towards your bills that you can get it paid off. What you want to do is not pay the minimums. You want to get ahead of the game. So after you've done that, number four is find some more income. Maybe it's a part-time job after work. Maybe it's helping someone down the babysitting or dog watching or something like that. There's all kinds of. I mean, I'll be making other videos of just how to make quick money to pay off a bill or something like that. But you got stuff around your house. Maybe what you consider is just, trash or junk, someone else is looking for. You'd be surprised. I mean, you don't have to go to eBay and pay all them fees and stuff. Social media has tons of marketplaces that you can sell stuff locally and stuff and make good money. And It might I spend a lot of time selling stuff, People would throw stuff away and I'd take it and end up selling it and making 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks, sometimes in the hundreds, and I would put that towards my bills. You sold find one piece of furniture someone's giving away and you can make $100, $200. You do that one every month, that's an extra $2,400 a year that you're paying off one bill with. So just got to get a little creative, and obvious you got to put a little energy into it. There's no easy way out. And then once you figure all that out, number five is set a date. This is the most important I can tell you, is a goal, is set a date. Set a date when you want to be out of debt. Maybe it's January 1st, 2026, 2025. It doesn't matter. Just set that date and be realistic. That's one thing is so important, is really be realistic on on that date. I mean, I was over $100,000 in debt. It took me 18 to 24 months, somewhere around in there, to actually get out of debt. If I would have started off and said, "Hey, I want to be out of debt in 3 or 4 months," that wouldn't be realistic. I would never have made it. I would have just beat myself up and went out. So that being said, be realistic. You look at your money, look at what you got, know what you do, give yourself some time, and just stay with the program. And be patient, and you can get this done. And remember, always ask the two questions: Do I need it, or do I want it? Is this getting me closer to my goal or taking me farther away? My name is Chuck Cannon, and good luck on your journey. Thank you.